Hi, my name is Jessica from Berg's Crochet and welcome back to another cozy crochet vlog. This video we are going to be doing a week in the life, and it's going to be a week in my work life. Also, my microphone is currently charging and that's why I'm holding it and it's got this little cable. I have a small business where I make all kinds of custom and pre-designed engraved goodies for fiber artists, and I am also a crocheter myself. And so my work week is a blend of all of those things. It's making stuff on my laser engraving machine, it's packing orders, it's making content, it's editing videos, editing the podcast that I co-host with my best friend called the Crochet Baes. It's doing the boring back-end tax prep stuff, email marketing, and all that kind of stuff. There is a lot that goes into keeping a small business up and running as a one-woman show. So I thought it'd be fun to take you along with me this week as we work on all of that stuff. And I thought it would be especially fun to highlight my workflow. This is something that I developed a couple months ago, and it's been a little bit of a rocky start in terms of actually implementing this thing, because of course, anytime you make a workflow or a sort of rubric for your day, there's always the ideal version on paper. And then when you go to implement it, you kind of learn along the way, okay, this doesn't work, this needs to be tweaked, this needs to be adjusted. I'm still in the adjusting phase, but having a workflow has made my brain so much happier because I took time when I originally developed this and I laid out everything that needs to be done for my business, big tasks, small tasks, things that need to happen daily, things that need to happen weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, yearly, whatever. And everything has a place. And in theory, as long as I can stick to the workflow, nothing ends up falling through the cracks. Because when I don't have a workflow and I just sort of sit down and think, okay, what do I need to get done today? I can tend to ignore stuff that maybe is not urgent, but is important. And then the other things that are just sort of daily stuff that needs to be kept up with starts to fall by the wayside, and eventually it becomes a problem. So I thought it would be great to do a video focusing on my workflow and sort of taking you through what my life, what my business looks like day to day through the week. Because one, I thought it would make an interesting topic. And two, it will help me stay accountable to actually following my workflow because I'm going to be documenting it. So today is Monday, it's almost 1 p.m. and I get a late start on Mondays because I like to mirror my schedule to my husband's. And he has recently started working one evening shift a week on Mondays. So he starts late, which means I start late. And typically we work from 12:30 to 9. And then on the other days, it's a normal 9 to 5 kind of situation. So we just spent the morning getting coffee. We like to go out and get coffee or breakfast and do a quiet time together, like a devotional time. So I brought my Bible and my laptop and everything, and we did that at the coffee shop. We had to make a stop at the store to get some groceries, and now we're home and it's time to start work. I started tidying up my studio, and then I thought, well, I should include that because that's kind of part of the thing too. The tidying of the studio is not necessarily an item on the workflow list, but after the weekend, things accumulate in here. So I need a little bit of a clean slate to start my workday officially. So I'm going to finish getting the studio kind of reset, and then we will officially start the workday. The other thing I wanted to mention, today is going to be almost like a half day of work because this is actually an interesting week for me to try and record doing a workflow situation. So our church does something every year called Love Wyandotte Week. We are in the city of Wyandotte, and it is a week long of service projects to the community. We have a teen missions experience. So teens come and they stay overnight. They stay throughout the week. And it's kind of like a summer camp, local missions trip all rolled into one. So there's evening services for the students. There's service projects during the day. On Saturday, we do something called Bash at Bishop, and it is this huge free party at Bishop Park in downtown Wyandotte for the city. And then Sunday, we kind of end the whole thing with an outdoor service at the park. So this is a busy week for us, and tonight is the kickoff evening service for this thing. So even though typically I would work until through the evening on Mondays because I have this kickoff service, today's going to end up being a little bit of a half day. So we probably won't get to every single thing on the workflow for today. And that's just real life, baby. that's just how it goes, you know? Not every day is ideal. We'll see how much we can get done today. We might be able to make up for it a little bit in the following days, but even if we don't get to every single thing, if we can follow this mostly, it's going to be a successful work week for us. All right, now let's get started.
Yes, this turned out adorable. Very pastel. Looks really good. Looked ahead of my next order. It is another mesh market bag. The color is True Mystery. I was also just on a call with my friends. Went through crochet and nice like contrasting color that goes with these colors. And I think it's gonna be fun. Why not? But I think that project will start. I'm really tired today. It's already 1 o'clock and we're just getting started. Also my neck.
How do I earn extra?
2 words. YouTube shopping. And all is super.
Or Murdoch?
We'll be done. Looks like. Done. We're connected via a Discord call, and it's cute regardless. Bag done. Next order on our agenda for today is indeed a mystery Japanese knockout. They have chosen and in solid brown, right?
Studio has been reset. Is it perfect? No. But is it much better than it was? Yes. Surfaces are clear, clutter's picked up, and we have a space that we can actually think and work in again. Yay. All right, so my plan is to basically just kind of talk you through the workflow, and then we will go through it and do each of the items. I have my day divided up into 4 blocks. Block 1 is my foundation block. So this is stuff that is maybe boring, doesn't feel urgent, but these are the daily tasks that really keep the business churning. It keeps things moving and makes sure that we don't get behind on important things. So included in this first foundational block is email, going through and clearing my inboxes. And then we're going to turn our attention to current orders or subscription box items. Now, we just wrapped up summer Berg box 2 weeks ago, and I am planning on starting to plan and kind of like get the ball rolling on fall boxes, but I don't have anything to work on as far as engraving today. So today we're going to be focusing on custom orders because I do actually have 2 orders currently that need to be made. So we need to print packing slips, and then we need to get the orders going on the laser. And we do that first so that the laser can be working while we're working, right? Because we want to make the most of our time. So let's get started on block 1. The emails shouldn't take too long. We'll get the laser up and running, and then we'll move into block 2. 2 packing slip orders to print. And I like to print those right away because I use the physical packing slip paper to refer to when I'm making the orders to see like what all needs to be included in the order. Okay, now the unfun part, emails. We gotta check the emails. Okay, I really didn't have very many emails at all, so it took me what, 3 minutes and my inboxes are cleared. This is why I have this as a daily, I mean, obviously you need to check your business email, but I do this for all of my email addresses, which I feel like I have way too many at this point. It gets super overwhelming if I have a ton of emails in my inbox. So if I do it daily and I just clear them, it only ever takes a few minutes, and that's a beautiful thing. We've already checked our first couple of items off the list. We've cleared our inboxes, we printed packing slips, and now the next thing to do is to get the laser up and running. Let's take a look at our 2 orders that we have going. One is very small. We'll be able to make this and get it done right away. This is the summer bundle of my Summer Fun Flyer patches. If you've never seen them before, they are the center of a crochet, basically like a frisbee, a flying disc. I have a bundle of summer themed patches. I have a set of those to make. And then we have quite a few custom folded tags, 10 of each in several different colors. We have brown, caramel, black and silver, black and gold, cream, turquoise, and pink. So there's gonna be a lot of like picking up and putting down different colors of leather. And that works because the summer bundle also uses 3 different colors of leather: brown, caramel, and black and gold, all of which are going to be made for tags as well. So we'll do the summer bundle one, but we will also do the folded tags in those corresponding colors so that we can hopefully make less work for ourselves. The order of the folded tags has been ordered before, so we need to find their previous order. It's on file. So the way I like to do this is when I go into the order, it will show me how many orders that customer has placed. I can go to a previous order and I can see their previous order numbers. When I create a new file with somebody's graphic for a custom tag, I always put the order number in the file name, and then I can go and search by the order numbers. There we go. And I can find their order that way. I feel like it's a pretty nice system that we've developed over the years. Before I actually go and start engraving the Summer Fun Flyer patches, I want to look through my basket. This is kind of my like overflow, extras, samples, random assortment of stuff basket. But I feel like I might have some Summer Fun Flyer patches in here. And if I do, obviously I'd rather use these first than make new ones if it's not necessary, but I don't remember for sure. Here's one. But I don't know that the settings on that are exactly, like it's something I'd use for myself, but I don't know that I'd sell it because I've gotten better at knowing what settings to choose. There's this one, but that's not the right color leather. That's right, that's why that's in there. Okay, now that I'm remembering, okay, I had made these, but they were the wrong color. They're supposed to be caramel and I accidentally made them in brown. I swapped them. Well, it was worth a shot. Wait, are these 3x4? Oh, I could kind of restock my little pink bins up there, hold my small and large bags for rivets and different tags and patches. And I think I've got some more room so I can get rid of some of these and put them in the bins that I'd like them to be in. My sample tag just finished engraving and cutting, so we can check on that. And as long as that looks good, then we can start making the full amount. Pretty much always try and do a test piece before I make the whole batch because you just never know. Okay, small bags. I can for sure fit this whole thing of large bags in here. I don't know if I can fit the second bag of small bags that I grabbed. I actually need to order more of these 3x4s. Remind me. All right, let's see. Can I shove Can I shove another bag's worth of small bags? I can, but are they gonna start spilling out everywhere? Crushed it. Nailed it. Okay, perfect. Made a little bit more space in my bin. That's always good. All right, let's see what this looks like. We need to up the power a little bit and slow down the speed. Some of the graphic is not dark enough. I'm also going to mess with my grayscale to make it darker. That will help too. Let's try that one more time. I do feel like my attentions are gonna be a little bit more divided today because since I'm only doing 10 of each color and then I've got to swap it out, that's a little more back and forth than if somebody were to order like 40 or 50 of one color of tag, right? Because then I could just keep setting up new batches to engrave, but this requires a little bit more up and down, which is fine, obviously. It means that my attentions are gonna be a little bit more divided today. And since we're still kind of locking all of this in, I think I'm gonna go ahead and like prep the packaging stuff. Sometimes I do this in this phase, sometimes I wait until later in the day, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now since I can't really like jump into hardcore editing yet. I'm still kind of in the setup phase. So since we have to do rivets for each of these sets of folded tags, I'm gonna pull those, I'm gonna count them, I'm gonna bag them up, and then we'll get our mailers ready to go. So I have, let's see, gunmetal, 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 brass, silver, brass. It's getting a little dark outside. I do actually have, I had a couple extra bags of rivets that were counted out from summer Berg boxes. I ended up having a couple extra. So I'm gonna combine these two to make one of our brass bags of rivets. And then we need one more for the brass. Whoa, okay, I just sent those everywhere. Let's see if our next version of the tag turned out better. I can already tell that it did. Oh, much better, much, much better. I will show you what they look like compared before cleaning and then after cleaning. So this was our first attempt. And you can see this microphone is just like not engraved dark and nice. There's not a nice contrast. This is our second attempt. Much better. And then I'll show you once it's cleaned, it looks way different too. If you're a crocheter and you've been thinking about ordering custom tags like this for a while, but you've avoided it because you just feel like it's gonna be a hassle to set up or they're too expensive, you can't afford them, you feel like you're gonna have to order a huge quantity of them, that is why I created my website. I wanted it to be custom, affordable accessories for small fiber artists. So it's still a little bit, it's not completely dry, but you can see how nice that looks now. Beautiful. So now we can engrave the rest of them knowing that our settings are correct. Anyway, I make tags like this every day for all kinds of fiber artists, and the minimum quantity order is 10. So if you just want to try out a few without having to commit to a huge order, I like to be able to provide that. And my website is always linked in the description, and I've probably linked the product itself in as like a little pop-up on the video. I love how I've been talking to you guys this whole time and the camera's angled down. Anyway, I'd love to make some custom tags for you. You can check out my website in the description. And if you don't want custom ones, like you don't have a logo or you're not sure what you want to put on them, but you just want some cute tags to finish off your stuff, I have all kinds of pre-designed stuff too, with all sorts of really fun themed collections. So you can have a ton of fun just browsing my website and seeing all the stuff that there is, because I've made quite a few over the years. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And now, of course, now that I'm counting rivets, the camera's back in the wrong position. Hi, hello, let's fix that. Okay, I'm watching a Passionate Kelsey vlog, so I'm gonna put that on while I'm counting out these rivets, and I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Don't you want just to get a little bit too gone, baby? I've been listening all night long, all night long.
Wait a minute, who are Baby, you move me like a movie. You groove me like a groove. You're doing something to me. And I wanna be the one, I wanna be the one for you. Standing there, music like a flower in your head. I wanna let your power in all night long. All night long.
I think I've prepped as much as I can. I wrote the order numbers just in a very light colored Sharpie, just enough that I can tell the difference. It'll get covered up by a shipping label. So I've got my mailers ready, I've got my packing slips ready. I made up my little bags of just freebie stickers with a social media QR code. I've pulled bags that the actual products will go into, and I've also counted out and bagged all of the rivets. So now all that's left is to actually engrave all the stuff, clean all the stuff, and then package all the stuff. So at this point, I think we're ready to move on to block number 2. Any other stuff we need to do with the laser is just gonna be management, okay? So as I'm working on something, whenever the laser finishes, I will pause, I will attend to it and do whatever needs to be done, and then I can go back to what I'm working on. So block number 2, content. A big chunk of my content block is just straight up video editing on my desktop, editing for mainly my YouTube channel, but also my podcast. If there's a episode of the podcast that we've recorded, but it hasn't been edited yet, I'll just go ahead and get it edited and then that's done because those are a quick edit. It needs minimal attention. It's way less intense than editing a YouTube video. I don't have a new podcast episode to record today, but I do have a YouTube video edit that I started on already, and I'm about, I think 30 minutes in. I have 30 minutes of edited footage, so I'm about halfway done, or at least approaching halfway, just depending on where I decide to cut this video, because it's gonna be a 2-part situation. This is part 1 of my summer Berg Box quarterly vlog. And then I have a set of weekly tasks. So every day when I get to block 2, each day has a different task associated with it. So for Monday, the weekly task, and this is something that I have not been doing, okay? I've not been good about this because it's one of those things where it's like, it's not flashy, it's not exciting, but it does make a difference when I keep up with it regularly. So Monday is recording and scheduling this week's social media content, and this is short form content. So Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Facebook. I am really bad about short form content ever since I started doing my YouTube channel. This is way easier for me to focus on, like the long-term, long-form projects than just doing like the quick little videos. If I've been doing my workflow, what I'm gonna do tomorrow is brainstorm next week's content. So I'm already planning out, okay, here's what I'm gonna post on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I haven't done that because I've been off my game with this. So I'm going in to this week not already having planned what I'm going to record, but since I haven't made videos in such a long time, I feel like I can come up with some ideas pretty easily because like there's projects I've made, there's things I've done that I haven't shown yet. I try and strike a balance of my short form content being like just fun, community driven, hey, look what I made. And then some of it, and especially depending on like what's going on, maybe like the, hey, I'm a business, would you like to buy this thing? Or I am having a sale, or here's my newest whatever. But I try not to make my entire pages about that kind of stuff because it's like, I don't want to be super salesy on my social media. So anyway, we're gonna do that. And honestly, I should probably do the short form content first and then do the YouTube edit because I could see myself just getting lost in the sauce on the YouTube video and then being like, oops, I didn't have time for short form, and then it gets put off. So here we go. Okay, we have finished the 10 tags in the brown color, and now I'm gonna go ahead and do the 3 of the summer fun flyer patches in the color brown that we need, and then we can switch over to caramel colored items. Easy enough. Up to the physical, just to you and me. I'm gonna try and use up some of these scraps here. So many caramel scraps. This is my most used color. It's very easy to create scraps. So I'm just preemptively pinning a few of these things down. We're gonna use most, if not all, of this. Guys, something crazy has happened. I did something that I said I was probably never going to do. I just finished scheduling all of my short form content for the week, and honestly, it feels really great to get that done and know that I've done that, because it's something that I have been pushing to the back burner and not making a priority. Realistically, like, it maybe took me 20 to 30 minutes to get everything recorded, edited, and scheduled across the various platforms. But now that it's done, and I don't really have to think about it for the rest of the week. And that is fantastic. Now, I'm going to move things around a little bit. It's currently almost 4 o'clock. The kickoff service, I believe, is at 6:30. So I have a little bit of time. I'm probably going to work right up until I have to leave. Like I said, block 2 is my content block. I did the short form content, and now I would typically move into editing my YouTube video. However, if I start, I know that there's enough to keep me busy until I have to leave for this service, and I want to make sure I get the other items in my block done. So block 3 is my growth block. So we have our foundation, we have content. Block 3 is growth. So these are all things that are going to help me either market, reach new customers, grow as a business. Just, you know, there's a lot of things that fit into this category. And each day has a different task. Monday's task is email marketing. So I do 2 things for this. I choose what my content is going to be for next week, and then I write this week's email marketing segment based on what I chose last week, and then schedule it to send. I have once again been kind of off my game with this workflow, so I did not choose something from last week, but it's not going to take me very long. I'm going to go ahead and decide what I'm going to post this week, and also what I'm going to send out next week. Write the email, get it scheduled, and then once that's done, other than continuing to make progress on laser items, I can turn my attention to editing the YouTube video and know that everything else that needed to be finished today has been finished. So I'm going to move on to email marketing, and actually I have one more tag in the caramel leather color, and then we can go to black and gold. Then we will be done with the Summer Fun Flyer Patch order, and we'll be about halfway done with the folded tag order. So emails and continuing to work on the 2 custom orders.
mental health cat break.
Very important for me and for the cats. Okay, I've got the black and gold items going now. Usually the metallic ones take a little bit more trial and error to get the settings just right, but I think we saved the correct settings from the last time. I've done the first of the 3 Summer Fun flyer patches, and that looks really nice. I've got the other 2 of these engraving. Once that's done, the Summer Fun flyer patch order is complete. We can clean them, package them, and get that ready to go. And then we'll get the black and gold folded tags going, which I'm gonna try the same settings as I have for the patches for the tags, but it doesn't always work like that because every graphic is a little bit different. So I'm gonna try with the settings we have here, but we may need to adjust a little bit. So anyway, I'm gonna get started on my email now. I've decided what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to sort of do a last call for the Summer Berg Box Quarterly because I have 3 left right now. I have a feeling once I start talking about it, because I haven't really put a whole lot out there saying like, hey, there's only a couple left. I have a feeling once I do that they're going to go fairly quickly. So I actually haven't sent out an email yet saying like, hey, Summer Berg Box, it's here. I will also choose what I'm going to talk about next week. Which, by the way, for the emails, I take a very similar approach to my emails as I do to my social media content. My goal is 80% value adding community building content and 20% sales. Just the constant like buy this thing, buy this stuff, buy my stuff gets a little old, and I want my emails to be fun. So that's what we do here. Okay, email is all written. That really did not take very much time at all. That's ready to go. Hey, by the way, if you are not subscribed to my emails and you'd like to get them, because like I said, I'm always sharing like fun stuff, advice, tips, funny things, behind the scenes, early access to stuff, making sure that you know if I run a sale on my website, you can do that in the description of my video. I always have a link to my newsletter. And I'd love for you to join my newsletter. And when you do, you also get, like when you go to my homepage, a little spin the wheel prize thing will pop up. And if you put your email in, you will get some kind of a discount. You get to spin the wheel and see what kind of discount you get. So if you've been thinking about purchasing something from my website, put your email in there, get a little discount, and then you'll also be subscribed to my newsletter. But I just realized that my link is broken for my newsletter on my like standard description for my video because I made an update to my website and the link changed. So I just went and changed in my like default video description the link so that it will actually take you to the right place. Whoopsies, my bad. Okay, I'm going to review this email, make sure that all the links work, make sure that all the good stuff. Okay, that email is scheduled. Now I just need to decide what I want to make next week's email about. And then we can turn our full attention, other than running the laser, to editing. Also, I have a dunk, which is why I'm sitting like this in my chair. You can't see her face, but she's, oh, there she is. It's nice to have this extra wide chair because there's enough space for her when she demands to be close to me. All right, I've decided what I'm going to do for next week's email. Kind of like a little summer pattern project inspo, project idea. And maybe I'll do a mix of like free and paid patterns. I feel like everybody loves a good pattern roundup, and sometimes you need a little inspiration for like the seasons, you know? So what I like to do is just go in and create the email itself. And obviously I'm just gonna save it as a draft. And then I just put basically the content, like what I want the email to be about in the subject line. And then it's in there for me already next week when I go in to write my email. It's right there for me and I know what I'm gonna talk about. I have a very noisy girl. What is it that you want? Oh. Block 1, done. Block 3, done. Block 2, halfway done. And the other half is YouTube editing, which I'm going to get into now. Not much to show you during this process because it's just me sitting and clicking and, you know, computer things. So I'll probably show you some little clips of like pulling different things on and off of the laser. I will check in with you in a bit. All right, we have finished the black and gold items and we're on to the black and silver now. I am going to clean and package the stuff that I've engraved and cut so far, because now that the black and gold is done, we can package up the Summer Fun Flyer Patches order. Unfortunately, I think I'm done with editing for today because my computer shut down on me. It gave me the blue screen of death. The CPU is overheating a bit, is what we deduced. Luckily, I have my own personal geek squad that is my husband, and we think we know what we need to do, but I don't think I can really edit anymore, especially not while the laser is running, because it is just like overloading my computer at the moment, which is unfortunate. So I think I was at more like 20 minutes beforehand, and now I'm at 30 minutes. So I did make some progress, but I still have a ways to go. So no more editing for today, but I'm going to keep working on this order. I need to go in about an hour anyway, less than an hour.
I'm gonna record some ambience and put it in this track. Okay, that's one order that's completely packed, and now we just have the other order. I am not going to have enough time to finish the engraving today before I need to leave. It's about 45 minutes till that service starts, and I need to obviously leave before it starts. But we were able to finish the brown, the caramel, the black and gold, and the black and silver are going now. I think I can at least finish the black and silver. And that would just leave us with cream, turquoise, and pink, which we can easily do tomorrow. This order was literally placed this morning, so it's not like I'm in a hurry to I have to get it done today. Although, it always does feel nice to be able to start and finish an order in the same day. I can't edit because my computer won't let me. Michael did order the stuff, and he had it ordered for like a 3-hour delivery, so that he's gonna do it while I'm at the service tonight. And hopefully that will fix the problem. If it doesn't, then we have to go to the next step, which is ordering another part. But since I can't edit, I guess I'm just chilling. But block 4 of my workflow is basically what I just did. So it's finishing orders, cleaning things, assembling, packing. So whatever I've made during the day, I kind of clean it, get it all packed up. And then just if there's any unfinished tasks. So block 4 is kind of like a flex period of whatever I may have not had time for yet. So I might Spend a few minutes working on my sock knitting. This is my second pair of socks ever. First sock of my second pair. The yarn is working up really cool. Maybe I'll put on a YouTube video and just chill for a little bit. Yeah, we'll see what we get up to. Today felt really good. It felt really good to like check off all the items on the workflow and know that we're doing the things that need to be done. And I would like to continue it this next week. Maybe the trick is that I just need to vlog a week in the life of my workflow every week, and then I'll always be on track. Would you guys watch a workflow video every single week? There are a lot of you that probably would. It's computer surgery time. Like I mentioned earlier, I have my own personal geek squad.
Geek. You see inside there?
Oh, yeah. And that's the fan that cools the CPU.
Yeah.
So it definitely needs to be cleaned.
I need to get... Well, it's not terrible, I suppose, but it's just because it's only like surface level there, but I need to get that off of there.
Yeah. So there's a thing called thermal paste, you guys. Did you know this? What does it do, Michael?
Acts as a conductor for the heat to transfer from plate to plate.
So, because these plates are not 100% flat, they're not perfect, they're not guaranteed to be perfect.
The goal is 100% contact to try and get from one plate to the other, and yes, I think it's contact.
Wow. Also, I do need to take the opportunity to show you guys this because usually my computer is down underneath my desk and you can't see. But Michael built this PC for me and I wanted a cat-themed PC. So we got these little cat figurines and I just had to put them back because we had to take them all out to clean. But here's my kitty-themed PC. This guy, he's extra mischievous. He's amongst the cables. So yeah. New location unlocked. Good morning. It is Tuesday, June 23rd, and we are ready to start another day. I completed my morning routine this morning, which includes making breakfast for the kitties, for myself, sitting down and having a quiet time with Jesus. I got out and walked/jogged a little over 2 miles, and oh my gosh, it felt amazing today. I got back, took a shower, and now here we are. We're ready to start the day. Computer's back up and running, and it does look like what we did made a drastic difference. We have a little app that shows like the core temperature of the CPU. It's drastically come down in temperature. So I think the whole thermal paste thing that Michael did last night and just giving it, overall a really good cleaning has helped. The real test will be once we start video editing today, but we'll keep an eye on it. Before I get started with my workflow today, I do have one worship team task that I need to take care of. As part of Love Wyandotte Week, the grand finale is an outdoor gathering at the park. So instead of having our normal Sunday service at church, it's going to be outside at the park, which means we will not have screens like we normally do where we put lyrics up on the screen so that people can follow along for the songs. And instead, we will print little pages with the lyrics on them so that people can follow along. And I need to send the lyrics for the songs that we're going to be doing this Sunday to our office coordinator so that she can print the little booklets with the lyrics for this Sunday. So I told her I would do it first thing this morning. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then we will get into our official workflow for the day. All right, I just finished getting those lyrics typed up, and those are ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do with my day is clear my inboxes, and this is also part of it because I'm going to email over the files with the lyrics as well. Then we'll move on to getting the laser running and orders and all that. Inboxes are all clear, and now the next thing on the list is to print any new packing slips and get the laser up and running. And as you can see, I did get an order last night, and we officially have hit 1,400 orders on the store, which is very exciting. The new order came in, well, I woke up to it this morning, and it is a very quick one, just 10 custom tags. So we'll finish up the order that we started yesterday, and we will also get this order made and packaged as well. I was able to finish the black and silver tags last night before I left. I think the cream colored tags were up next. Yep. So I'm going to open up X tool. We're going to pull off the black and silver off the laser and get the cream colored leather down. Our very first cream colored tag, just a test one, is cutting right now. And just from looking at it through the acrylic, I can see that it looks good. Okay. Pre-cleaning, the engraving looks really nice. So we can go ahead and get the other 9 set up to go. All right, those are set. And I think I'm going to get mailer, rivets, freebie sticker bag for the order that came in today, all ready to go. And then we will move on to block number 2. Haha, you know it's gonna be a good day when you pour the exact amount of rivets you need. Twice, the bottom and the top part. This order is as ready for packing as it can be. We just need to make the items now. Block 1 complete. Laser is now up and running. We can move on to block 2, which is content. So yesterday, our weekly task was recording and scheduling our short form content for the week. Today on the list is brainstorming and planning next week's short form content. So the idea ongoing is that when next Monday rolls around, I don't have to sit there and think, okay, what do I want to make a video about? I already have a list and all I have to do is just record the stuff, edit it, and schedule it. I don't think I need to do anything revolutionary. I just need to come up with some ideas. I already have a couple, so we're gonna get them written down and then move on to the next thing. Okay, check, that's done. Super easy, super fast. Next thing on the list, technically, is editing YouTube. But once again, I'm going to move on. No, wait. Do I want to move on? I don't know. So here's what's on the list for today. Editing the YouTube vlog. Yes. Block 3 is my growth block. And today is Berg quarterly day. Brainstorming and planning or just executing, doing things that need to be done. And since we're at the very beginning of the fall box, this is very much a brainstorming and planning day, which I could get carried away with just as easily as I could get carried away with YouTube editing. And I think that the YouTube video is the more immediate need. But I do want to make sure, I probably just need to put a hard cutoff time on editing and also put a hard cutoff time on Berg planning, because both of those things, like I said, I could get carried away with. But the only other thing on the list for today is keeping the laser running and then finishing the orders up when they're done. And it's not even 11 a.m. yet, so I have the rest of the day to do both of those things. Let's say from now until 2, I'll edit, because there's going to be a little lunch break in between there. And then that gives me 2 hours from 2 to 4-ish to work on Berg quarterly. And 2 hours is a long time to plan something like that. Okay, so let's move on to editing, which is good because that means we can keep an eye on our CPU temp and see if it gets to an outrageous level as we're editing today. I hope it doesn't. It's already a lot better than it was. Sure, I bought caramel. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I bought caramel. Brown, and then this other one. And I'm pretty sure this As you can see, we finished the cream colored tags. Did my first test of our turquoise colored ones. And it looks like the settings are great for that as well. So pretty. That turquoise is just always stunning. All right, we'll get the rest of these set up as well. Another color of leather, actually, the final color of leather is in the works. Just did my test tag with my pink color. That looks great. Once this is done, this order will be done. And then we can move on to our one other order. And then whatever time we have left for editing, we can truly lock in because we won't have to go back and forth between the laser and editing. Today has been great so far. I really feel like, man, I need to do this kind of vlog every week because this is the most productive I've been in a while. All right, we just took a lunch break, and as you can see, I finished off the last of the pink tags, which is also the last of that order. So we can clean up all of those items and package it up. And right now I'm going to get our next order set up. I've got to convert this file to one that my program will actually use. We're going to create a new file for this under our folded tags folder. This is my 1400th order. Very exciting. For Carrie, we're gonna do one tag first, always one first, just to make sure, but I feel as though it should be fine. This is great. We're getting to use up some more scraps. I have tons of caramel scraps that I'm trying to make my way through. And I think I'll take a little break from editing to just go ahead and get the order we've been working on cleaned, packed, and shipped so that I know it's done, and then we'll go fully into editing. Okay, first sample piece is done. That looks great, as I suspected. 9 more of those, please. right, everything is clean. Time to package. What a fun order this was. So many fun colors. Let's get this all packed up. Brown, caramel, black and silver, black and gold, cream, turquoise, pink. Now the question is, will this even all fit in a small mailer? Or do I need to use a larger size? I'm gonna put them in sideways. I feel like they'll fit more efficiently that way. 1, 2. Oh, I'm not trying to stuff them in between the pages. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got it. We got it. First half of our caramel tags are done. Guys, we're moving along today. Just started the second half of the other order. It's a big boy. That order's done. Other order that we, got crinkly paper and a little kitten who really wants to play with it. Ready? Go get it. This order is gonna be done in no time and it'll be super easy to clean and pack up. But for now, we're gonna turn our attention back to the edit. It's currently April 24th, and I have been avoiding opening boxes because I wanted to open them on camera. I received. All right, these are the last tags. And we can go ahead and shut the laser off for the day. Used a couple more of these scraps, which is fantastic. Sometimes I'm just in a hurry and I don't have time to use up scraps because I don't have the extra time to, like, you know, do the configure it to, you know, use up what's there, and I just need to be able to, like, run a full line of them and, you know, make it efficient. But on a week like this where I'm not swamped, it's so nice to be able to use scraps. Order 1400. Two orders, ready to go. 1 hour left of editing time. Let's see how much we can accomplish. All right, it's just after 2 o'clock and I am finished with editing for today. I managed to get to 1 hour and 11 minutes of edited footage. I think I'm very, very close to being done with part 1. I was debating as I got farther. I was like, should I just make this a longer video and make it one thing? But I think it still makes sense to split it up into 2. I literally have like 5 more clips to go until I'm finishing part 1, but we can edit more tomorrow. That is fine. And then as soon as we finish this one, we'll just roll right into part 2. I would love to be able to finish part 1 and part 2 this week because that would help me to get ahead. I have been trying to edit 2 videos a week to just have a couple videos banked for myself so I can have a little bit of buffer in case I have a week where I'm not able to get a video done. Anyway, I think it's perfect timing that I'm switching my attentions over to Berg Box for the fall now because editing, for some reason, makes me sleepy. I can only edit for so long before I feel like I can't keep my eyes open and I just start getting really tired, and I could feel that settling in. So this is a good time to change gears and move over to the box. Now, of course, I can't show you any of the stuff that I'm about to do. So there's not going to be any footage of this next block of work, but just trust me, I'm cooking up some great stuff for Fall Berg Box. And other than this is going to be the rest of our work day. Block 4 is kind of our like flex time. It's any unfinished tasks. It's finishing orders and getting them ready to go out the door, but we already did that. So this is going to be it as far as this video for Tuesday. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will see you again for our workday tomorrow. This was another really, really productive workday, and I'm feeling great about that. So see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Wednesday, June 24th, and we're going to get back to another great day of working in the studio. Yesterday was great. I did make a lot of progress during that last little block of time for working on the Fall Berg Box. I have ironed out the theme of the box, and in general, I have each of the items going into the box planned out. There's still going to be some adjustments and changes and stuff to figure out the final form of everything, but like, I know as a whole what the box is going to be, which is a great feeling. Because if I'm honest, every time I come to the beginning of a new season, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've run out of ideas. I always have this fear that I'm not going to be able to top the last box, and this box is going to be a letdown. It's going to be a disappointment. And then once I start brainstorming and we kind of flesh it out, it always ends up being really exciting, and I always end up feeling like, okay, this is going to be a great box. And I do feel that way about the fall box now. We're going to start off with our same foundation block as usual, clearing inboxes, all that kind of good stuff. I'm all caught up on custom orders. I don't have any orders that need to be worked on, so we won't have to go back and forth between the laser today. Starting probably next week, right now, I don't have anything that's so ready for the fall box that I can just have it running in the background because there just wasn't enough time to get quite to that point yesterday. But probably starting next week, we'll start to have some Berg Box things that are ready to go on the laser. So when I don't have custom orders, the laser will be working on subscription box stuff, but we're just not quite there yet. So the laser she's earned a rest day. And I did have another subscription box get purchased this morning. So I went ahead and printed the shipping label and dropped it off at the box when I went on my walk this morning. So that's already been done. But other than that, no orders to work on currently. So really block 1 is just going to be clearing inboxes. So I'll do that in a second. Obviously there's nothing to show you there. So we'll jump right ahead to block number 2, which is our content block. And on the list for today is creating the thumbnail for this week's YouTube video. And the timing of this doesn't always work out depending on where I am in the edit process, but I think I'm far enough into this video that we can make a thumbnail and have it be a good representation of what I already have edited so far. Let's get started with our day. All right, inboxes are cleared and I'm ready to move on to creating a YouTube thumbnail. I did get a little bit distracted because I got a notification that somebody tagged me in a video on YouTube, and it was Jess from, am I pronouncing it right, Cray Creations? I think that's what you said in the beginning, but I might be wrong. She was doing an unboxing of her summer Berg box, and it was such a joy to watch. You really made my day. So thank you. If you're watching this, thank you for posting that. I really enjoyed watching that this morning. We're going to move on to thumbnail creation. Once again, not something that is super exciting to watch, but I don't know. I guess I could flip the camera around and kind of show you my process a little bit, if that's something that interests you. So the first part of the process is I usually will just pull a screenshot, if you will, from the video at some point. With the summer boxes though, I have to decide what I want to do. I think we're probably past the point of spoilers, right? Because everybody should have gotten their boxes by now, certainly by the time this video goes up, certainly by the time this video that I'm editing goes up. And there's only 2 boxes left, so I think we're safe. So what I could do is I took really nice pictures of each item, and I took pictures against a white background so that I could remove the background and arrange all of the different items however I'd like. So here, I found it. I have pictures of the yarn, the bingo set, the tags. And in the past, I usually will create for my Berg box videos a thumbnail that includes like all the different pieces. I think it's very visually stunning. So I could do that, but then if I do a part 2 with launch day, I guess the picture for launch day, like the big exciting thing would be like the stack of boxes, right? I just want to make sure each video has a nice thumbnail to choose from. I think let's do that.
Don't you want just to get a little bit too gone? Baby, I've been listening all night long. All night long. You're the one dancing with your cigarette. Carefree me, I wanna be with you all night long. All night long. Baby, you move me like a movie. You groove me like a groove. You're doing something to me. And I wanna be the one, I wanna be the one for you. Standing there, music like a flower in your head. I wanna let your power in all night long. All night long. Overtime, the way your body boogieing on mine, shaking, shimmy and sugar, yeah, all night long. All night long. Baby, you move me like a...
Yeah. All right, final answer. Cool beans. Okay, block 1 complete, block 2 halfway complete. We did our weekly task, and our daily task is editing. I did get a hold of Megs, by the way. We're supposed to be recording the podcast tomorrow, so I don't have a podcast to edit yet, but Friday's editing block, at least part of it will be spent editing the podcast. Block number 3 I want to read off so I can decide if I want to do editing first or my growth block. So for today, instead of working on Berg Box Quarterly, we are going to turn our attention to a new collection. I'm not ready to do a new collection all out like the Hooked on Books collection because it feels a little soon. It feels like we just did the books collection. But there's been something that I've been talking with you guys about doing that I really want to do. And I think today would be a great time to set aside, block off some time to think about this and plan it out a little bit more. And that's this idea of putting together kind of like a limited edition drop style collection of stuff that it's going to be a one-off thing. Once it's gone, it's gone. But I have a lot of random leftover supplies from previous boxes. So I have yarn cutter pendants from the yarn cutter pendant necklaces I made for last summer's box. I have extra beads from when I made crochet hooks. I have pencils that didn't get engraved. I have tassels from bookmarks. I have random tins and boxes and things. So I just have kind of like, and beads, lots of beads. And I'm just thinking my stash is getting a little over encumbered of just general crafting supplies. And I don't want them to go to waste, but I also don't have enough to make like a whole big thing. So my thought was, what if I just made kind of like whatever random stuff I can think of that I think would be fun to use up these supplies. It'll let me be creative in a new kind of way. It would make a great video to show like making those things, and then we'll put them up on the website, and once they're sold, then that'll be that kind of a thing. And I guess I suppose it's something that we could do every once in a while as supplies and leftovers start to accumulate from future boxes as well. So we could do it again, but I feel like every time it would be different, slightly different, just depending on what stuff I have that gets left over. So that's a very vague concept right now. And I think that would be fun to kind of like pull out all the stuff, take inventory of what I have, and make a more concrete path forward of what I would like to do with that, what items I could make, how many items I think I could make. But we're very close to finishing the video that we've been working on so far this week. So I think I might try and just finish that video first, and then we could block off some time for that collection that I was just talking about. And then whatever time we have left in the day, we could go back to editing and start part 2 of the Berg Box videos. I was just telling you this morning how I had another box sell and we had 3 left, or that we had 2 left. Well, I just had another subscription come in, and now I have 1 summer box left. So we'll go ahead and print that shipping label now, and I will drop this box off this evening when we head out for the service tonight. I put on a sweater because I wanted to be a little more cozy. So big news, last subscription box just sold. We're sold out. We're sold out, fam. Chat, this is huge. I've just updated the listing. I went through several iterations of wording this, and I think I've got a super clear text here that is going to hopefully be not confusing and straightforward. So here's what I've written. Important note, and this is in all caps, bold, italicized, underlined, okay? Because I want to make sure, and it's like the biggest text that I can do for a listing. Important note, summer 26 Berg boxes are sold out. And then in slightly smaller, but still a larger font, and bold, but not all caps, because I didn't want to sound like I was yelling at people. New subscriptions are now reserving spots for the fall Berg Box Quarterly. When you subscribe, your first payment will be processed immediately, and your fall box will ship on September 10th, 2026. So I wanted to make sure that I include the bit that like if you subscribe now, you're gonna pay now, but the box isn't going to ship until September 10th. I just don't want there to be any confusion of like, you know, if I pay now, I'm gonna get a box now, or, oh, well, it's in the fall, so I'm not gonna be charged until the fall. Like, you're gonna be charged now, but the box isn't gonna ship until September, and that's how it has to be. That's how it has to be. Anyway, I'm going to save this, but also I have to take off the inventory tracking so that it will not show as sold out anymore. Cool beans. Okay, very good. So now I can go in and print the shipping label for the last Summer Berg box. An unexpected little fun thing for today. Well, dang, now I have a scheduled post going up. Maybe I should leave it. I have a scheduled TikTok, like my short form for tomorrow is supposed to be like, oh, there's only 3 boxes left. I did mention in that though, like they might be gone by the time you get there. And if you missed out, subscribe for the fall. So I suppose it's still valuable to get the message out that like, hey, these sold out. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on the next one, go and subscribe. So I guess it's still worth it to post. We have the label for our last box. I've gotten used to having this huge stack of boxes once I'm done with like the initial drop on launch day. And then it's like, all right, I got to do marketing to get rid of these boxes. But I did not have a huge stack at all after launch day. And the few that I had were up here and this is it. So it's very foreign feeling to be like, they're all out of my house. It's pretty crazy. I'll go set this by the door. Another thing I forgot to share is that my computer shut down on me again, not for the reason that happened the other day, but it did shut down on me while the video was exporting. I don't know, I doubt that it saved any of it, so I need to get that started again and hopefully it works this time. Once again, Michael did some stuff. He thinks that what he did may have fixed it. Yeah, I don't think any of the export saved. Unless when I hit export, we'll see, like maybe it'll start at a higher percentage. No, we're gonna have to start the whole thing over. It was so close to being done too. It was like at 80%. Oh, that's annoying. I'm gonna see if I can go through and delete some stuff too. So I know this is a little bit of a detour, but it feels like a necessary detour. We're moving on to a drop collection. I realize that I really don't have that much to show you today. A lot of the stuff I'm doing is computer stuff that's not fun to watch. And also going through this collection stuff, like that's gonna be its own video. Okay, it's now 3:30. My video finally finished exporting. So it's like I couldn't edit while that was happening anyway. And of course I had to wait twice as long because of the computer dying and having to start over. I'm just now at the point where I can start editing. And I would like to edit a little, I mean, I'd at least like to get started, but I don't know if you can tell, give me a minute, Duncan, okay? I got a bunch of stuff on her window, she's pupset. I had to like fully take apart a basket of stuff and there was oil that had spilled in it. You guys will see it in the video, but anyway, I need to pick up all these things real quick and I will sort of talk to you a little bit while I do that. Hi, Dunka. What a beautiful girl you are. Can you just wait a minute? Just wait. No. Don't try and get up there right now. No, baby. Just wait a minute, okay? No, honey. There's nowhere for you to go up here. There's nowhere for you to go. No. Hey, stop it. Wait a minute. Okay. You see this? Honey! Oh my gosh. Okay, there you go. Goodness. You're up here with Dunk now. I wasn't planning on doing like a deep clean, reorganize deal here today, but I needed to get to some supplies in the basket in here to be able to determine like what things I could make for this potential drop. And so I kind of had to like take a few minutes and clean everything out because of that spill. So I have a more organized basket now. and that's a plus. But we did determine, I think we got a pretty solid list of what items we could make for a limited edition drop. Pretty much just like kind of sorting through everything and figuring out what items we could make, I think was a good stopping point for today. And then when I get to that work block again next week, I'm gonna start actually narrowing down like, okay, what designs are we gonna do? What stuff needs to be engraved? What supplies need to be ordered to actually make those items and get them ready? I'm not like in a huge hurry to get that collection up and running. It's just kind of like a whenever it happens kind of thing. We're just gonna chip away at it week by week. And then whenever you guys see it, it will be live at that point. Okay, wow. Now, with the little bit of time I have left for today, I'm gonna clear off my desk a little bit since we obviously were digging out things. And I'm gonna spend just a little bit getting a start on part 2 of the summer Berg box series. And I do have to be done right at 4 o'clock today because Michael's gonna need help getting dinner ready. We're making smash burgers on the Blackstone, which I'm very excited for. And I have a salad to prepare to go along with the burgers as well. Hi, little one. You have whipped cream on your face. Michael grabbed out a bottle of whipped cream, can of whipped cream, and gave a little bit to the kitties as a snack. And this one still has some of the evidence on her face. Can you see it? You got whipped cream on you. All right, enough of that. Okay, so I'm gonna edit for a little bit. Of course, you guys know there's nothing very exciting happening during editing, so this is probably where we will leave you for today. Once again, another great work day. Very pleased with the amount of work we've been able to get done today. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Thursday, June 25th. Do you like my little yarn skein earrings? These are from the very first Berg Box Quarterly that I ever did, and they're still one of my favorite items. I don't wear them enough, but I thought I would put them on today, just for fun. It's going to be another lovely day in this studio. It is 9:45, and I had a great morning going through my morning routine, waking up, feeding the kitties, getting breakfast and coffee, having a quiet time with Jesus, and I got 2.75, 2 3/4 miles in this morning. They felt fantastic. Came home, took a shower, got ready for the day, and here we are. Today is, let's kind of give a snapshot of the day. Of course, we're going to start with our foundation block. We're going to clear our inboxes. I don't have any new custom orders, so we don't have to worry about anything with the laser. We can move right along to block 2, which is content. On today's list, for the weekly tasks, we are creating the YouTube video title, description, end cards, all that kind of stuff for the video we just exported yesterday. So we'll get that all up and scheduled and situated on YouTube. And then, of course, we have editing to do of part 2 of the summer Berg box videos. I got to like almost 5 minutes of edited footage yesterday, so I just barely got a start on it. That video is going to end up being shorter than part 1 though. So it won't take quite as long because there's a lot of time lapses and stuff of me like packing boxes and everything. We are supposed to record the podcast at some point today. It's going to depend on when Megs is able to finish work. So I'm just kind of on standby until she sends me a message and says that she's ready to go. And then for our growth block today, it's supposed to be social media marketing, managing any campaigns for Berg boxes and any like influencer brand collab type stuff. Since I'm already sold out of the summer boxes, I really don't have a whole lot to do in that department today. One of the things I was planning on doing was payouts to my affiliates for the summer season, but I actually ended up doing that yesterday, so I don't have to do that today. What I'm probably going to do is dip into tomorrow's weekly task a little bit because I think it's actually going to take me 2 days. Normally on Fridays is when I would do tax prep. So going through transactions, categorizing everything, making sure that my QuickBooks are up to date. And I have not been keeping up with that. So I have quite a bit of transactions and all sorts of things that I need to sort through to get up to current. So I think if I work on that today and then also tomorrow, hopefully I can get caught up so that in future weeks, there won't be quite as much to do in that department. And that's it. That's what we got going on today. So let's get to it. Let's start off with checking emails. Tell you what, there is something so beautiful about consistently keeping your inboxes at 0. When I do it daily, I think it took me less than 5 minutes to check all my inboxes. Moving on, already, we're ready to start uploading and getting the YouTube video for this next week all scheduled and set up. All right, so I'm uploading the YouTube video right now, and I'm gonna try something new. For the premiere, so I'm setting it to premiere Monday. They have an option now where you can add a trailer to get people hyped about the video, which is kind of fun. And I already have sort of a trailer of sorts that I always put in the beginning of the video that says in today's vlog, and it's just got little quick snapshots from throughout the video. So I'm like, well, I could use that. You have to upload it as a short first, which I think is interesting. So I'm gonna see if maybe I can do it as an unlisted video. I don't know if it will show up, but we're gonna call it Summer Berg Box Part 1 Trailer. Well, let's choose unlisted and see if it will let me choose. Okay, so I've set it to premiere. It did show up. Okay, it let me choose that. Now if I go to the premiere, how cool! It shows a little trailer. That's so fun. Oh, I will totally do this from now on. Because I already saved the trailer as its own little video. So it's easy to upload it as an actual trailer. That's so cool. That feels very profesh. Okay, and then the other thing that we need to do right now is schedule Monday's live. On this live, we're gonna add a redirect to the video. And then I can add a trailer here. Would it be confusing to add the trailer for the video to the live? I don't think I'm gonna do it. Okay, last thing I'm going to do right now is create a post on YouTube, just sharing that hey, here's what's going on. I think that's all the YouTube stuff. Got the video set. We have our live stream scheduled. We made a post about it. Yes. I've got about an hour until it's time for lunch. So I think I might go ahead and do the finance stuff now until lunchtime. And then after lunch, I will take the rest of the afternoon to do editing. I think it will be easier for me to press pause on the editing to potentially record the podcast than if I'm in the middle of trying to do expenses and receipts and transactions and tax prep stuff. It's boring, but it is necessary. And I will say this year is going to be the most prepared I will have been for taxes. Taxes are scary. They can be scary. They have been scary to me in the past, but every year as a business owner, I learn more and I get more comfortable with it and less overwhelmed by the concept of keeping up with everything. This past year, I really feel like I finally got more of a handle on QuickBooks and how it works. I have a fantastic tax person that helps me do my taxes every year, and she really helped me understand some things this year so that this year would be more smooth. And for the first time, I have been really keeping up with making estimated quarterly payments, and that has been a huge relief to make those payments and know that I'm not going to have some huge chunk of taxes that I owe next year because I'm already making payments. And so even if I do owe something next year, it's going to be drastically less than if I hadn't paid anything throughout the year and I'm getting this big bill for the whole year up front, basically. So I'm already way less stressed about taxes knowing that I've been making the quarterly payments. I've made 2 so far and I have 2 remaining. And I also really want to keep up with transactions, receipts, mileage, tracking, all that kind of stuff. And the transactions is what I've fallen behind on a little bit. And I want to get caught up. And just like my emails, if I keep up with it on a regular basis, it's so quick, it's so easy, and it doesn't have to be a big thing. And that's the goal. We're going to get all this stuff in here so that it's not a big thing. Wish me luck. Okay, I'm just about to head out to the kitchen to get lunch ready. I had a very successful, productive little time block of working on tax prep stuff. I was able to get caught up on all of my transactions for the year so far. I had done up through March when I got to tax season. And so I was just covering March through almost the end of June, where we are currently. Truthfully, I probably could have done this all in one day, but I did save a little bit to do. I pulled up my profit and loss statement just to kind of see how everything is looking right now. I had started categorizing things one way, but then realized that I wanted to change how I did it. So I have this stack of transactions that I need to go in and change the category for so that everything looks the way that I want it to look. And that's going to take a little bit of time. And the other thing that I haven't added in here yet is income. So I've done all the expenses, but I need to go through and update any income, ad revenue, Shopify sales, anything like that. And that's what I'm going to save for tomorrow. So I'm going to do income and I'm going to kind of clean up my categories a little bit tomorrow. But as far as transactions, everything has been accounted for, and that makes me feel a lot better about where we're at currently. So let's get some lunch and then we're going to come back and focus on editing. Lunch consumed. It was delicious. I had some protein white cheddar mac and cheese and some chicken tenders. And we are going to roll right into our editing block now. So we're going to see how much progress we can make on part 2 of the Berg Box summer series. Working on that until we hear from Megs about recording the podcast. And that's the only other things on our list today. Recording the podcast and editing. So let's do the things. Doing a little check-in here. I've been editing for a while. I'm at about 37 minutes of edited footage, which is fantastic. At this point in the videos, I'm toward the end of launch day. And then there's a little bit of the next day when we actually took everything to the post office and everything. I'm already a good portion of the way through this vlog. Now, I haven't been adding music as I go, and I'm probably going to add some voiceovers because there's a lot of, like I said, just those time lapses and stuff, clips that I don't have sound for, and I don't want the whole thing to just be music and no talking, So I might record some voiceovers just to kind of fill that space a little bit. But as far as getting through the raw footage, I'm making my way through it pretty quickly. Today is one of those days though where editing is making me sleepy. I could totally go lay in my bed and take a nap right now, but I don't want to do that. So I think I'm just gonna get up, walk around, go find my kitties, give them a little pet, and just take a break for a few minutes to sort of reset my brain. I might heat up another cup of coffee and then we'll get back to it. 2 lazy beans. Hi. Sleeping on your crinkly mat? You love that mat. And then there's this one. You gonna give us a yawn? Oh, what a beautiful girl. Give us a yawn. Yeah, do it. Oh. Okay, taking a little trip to see my emotional support animals was a great idea. Now I think we need a little afternoon pick-me-up, aka an iced Americano. Let's make one. I only have a tiny bit of my Larry's coffee left, but of course, this is what we're making our iced Americano with. Oh, I have just enough. Perfect. Every time. Every freaking time. Every time I make espresso, just, you know, living my life. Pulls a nice shot, everything's pretty, everything's great. And without fail, every single time I want to record oh my lord, every time I want to record a video, it says, you know what, actually, let's go ahead and just splash the espresso friggin' everywhere. Let's just really make sure we get the espresso everywhere except for inside the cup. All I want is one video of me making coffee where nothing goes wrong. Is that too much? It's almost like a meme at this point. It's almost like a running gag in my YouTube videos. Why? Despite our shot pulling like crazy, we have made a very delicious iced Americano. Oh, those chocolate notes, they're really coming through for me today. Delightful. All right. I doubt Miss Murdoch would tolerate being put in her sling while I edit, but I gotta give it a try. Because that sounds so cozy. Edit with a little bean. Just kidding. Megs actually just messaged me and said she's ready to record the podcast, which is fantastic because that means I can get it done. And it means I can go to the evening service tonight, which I wanted to be able to go. So that's fantastic. We're going to get set up to record. Hello. I cannot hear you. Can you hear me? That may be a me thing. Oh, there you are. You're very quiet though. Let's see. Free yourself from the prison, Megs. What was I doing? I was opening up something. I can't remember what I was going to do. Oh, I was going to open up Spotify to double check what number we're on. That's what it was. Anyway, continue. I think it's 94. Okay, I'm ready to go. You ready to go? Cool beans. I'm really glad we were able to do this afternoon because well, I'll save it. We'll talk about it later. Record here. I'm recording on Audacity. Are you on GarageBand? Good deal. Well, everybody, welcome back to the Crochet Baes podcast. This is episode 94. I'm Jess, and we are the Crochet Baes. Okay, we just finished recording the episode of the podcast. Well, actually, we finished a while ago, but we were talking for a little bit afterward, as we usually do. We're actually making some special plans for episode 100 of the podcast. We are getting close. We just recorded episode 94 today. So we're trying to plan some fun things. And if you are a podcast listener, stay tuned for that. That's going to wrap it up today for work. I was going to do some more editing, but obviously it was much better that we could record the podcast. Tomorrow now, we will edit this episode of the podcast before we do anything else, and then whatever other time we have for editing, we'll try and finish up the part 2 video, which I think I can do because, like I said earlier, I made it through a really good portion of that video before I stopped. All things considered, the timing of today, everything went really well. We were able to get a lot accomplished, and tomorrow will be our last day for this work week. I really am feeling so productive and happy that I've been able to go down the list and get everything done. I really do feel like, man, I want to do another one of these vlogs because it's really keeping me on track. But I do feel like if I did another one of these, I'd have to sprinkle in a little bit more of when I'm done with work because I don't know. I feel like this format, especially where it's like, okay, I'm going to edit, catch up with you afterwards. That format I could see getting kind of old and boring. But you guys let me know if you're digging this format. We'll be back tomorrow for our final work day of the week. Hey, it's Editing Jessica, and I had to jump in here real quick because we have some giveaway winners to announce. I literally have a website pulled up on my computer that does a random generating, it picks comments from a video to choose as like a giveaway winner. So I have this set up to pull 4 winners. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read off the usernames. Hopefully I will be able to pronounce them. If I get it wrong, my bad. I will put the comments up on the screen as well. And if your name was chosen, what I'd like for you to do is just send me an email at bergsnestcrochet@gmail.com and go ahead and put your username in the subject line and just let me know that you were a winner. If you can give me your shipping address, and I will get those little sleeves out to you as soon as I can. So here we go. Okay, our first winner is Ruth Crochets 123. She says, love these longer vlogs. I'm so glad that you do because I really like making long vlogs. The Kindle covers are gorgeous, 1 or 2, but would be thrilled with any of them. Our second winner is Jennifer Lopez 741. She said, love number 4, so cute. And I'm gonna do my best to get you guys the ones that you picked, but obviously, you know, I've only got 4 of them. Our third winner is Nikki B321. She said, those covers are gorgeous. I'd be thrilled to win any of them, but 1 or 2 would be my first choice. And our fourth winner is Chelsea Stelter, who says the pink would fit my e-reader perfect. Love the channel. So congratulations to our winners of the giveaway. Don't forget to send me an email and I will get them out in the mail to you as soon as possible. Guys, I like doing giveaways. This is fun. Should we give away other things? What else should we give away? Let me know in the comments. Good morning. It's Friday. And I am excited because today is probably the most chill day that we've had this week. We've had evening services every night this week for the big outreach thing that our church is doing this week. But this week there is no evening service. And originally we were supposed to be meeting up for a worship team practice and then loading all of our equipment up to take down to the park for the weekend. But we actually did all of that last night. So today I have an unexpected evening at home, which is honestly really fantastic because Monday through Thursday, we've been heading out in the evenings to go help with the services. And then tomorrow is the Bash at Bishop, which is the big party that we do in the park as like a big free event for families in the city. And then Sunday is the outdoor gathering. So it's going to be a big weekend. And this is a very nice little moment of rest in between those two things that I think is very much needed at this point. But for our work day today, we're going to just be cruising right along with everything on our workflow for today. We're going to get started with clearing our inboxes. I do have some laser maintenance to do today. I'm going to give the laser a good clean. She's been working very hard. And we're going to edit the podcast, hopefully finish up part 2 of the summer Berg box video. We're going to do the rest of the finance prep, tax prep stuff that we needed to do, and we'll see what else we get up to today, but let's get started. Inboxes are clear. It took me a little bit longer because it ended up turning into kind of just like an admin block in general. I cleared my inboxes. I had some emails that I needed to send, and then Crazy Sock Lady uploaded her latest episode of her sock podcast, video podcast, and my box was the giveaway for the week. So of course I had to watch the video as soon as it was uploaded and watched her unbox the summer Silly Goose box. And then of course I was like scrolling through and reading all the comments, and there were lots of lovely comments saying that they thought the box was so cute, and that's always a little morale boost first thing in the morning. I had a few things that I needed to order, so I did that. Now I think we're ready to move on. And actually, before I jump back into work, I have a dinner that I have been telling Michael I'm going to make for days. And I keep forgetting because it's a slow cooker meal and I gotta get it in the slow cooker early in the day, and I keep forgetting. And then he's like, I thought you said you were gonna make that thing. I forgot again. So today I'm going to do it. So before I jump into the next block, I'm gonna head out to the kitchen, get this meal in the slow cooker, and then we will come back and start block 2, which is content, right? You'd think I'd have it memorized by now. Laser maintenance. We're going to do that first, and then we will start editing. The weekly task for Friday is to schedule the next podcast episode, which is perfect because we just recorded the podcast yesterday. So I'm going to edit it first, and then I will schedule it. And then we'll move on to editing part 2 of the Berg box series. And then the other thing on our list for today is our growth block. Block 3 is finances. And I also added something yesterday because, like I said, we're always in flux. We're always kind of like tweaking, adjusting, making it better. When I spent some time working on finances yesterday and realized, even though I was like months behind, it really didn't take me too long to get caught up because I've got a good system going now. I realized that I don't need tax prep to be a huge block of time. If I'm keeping up with it weekly, it's going to be very quick to go through any new transactions and stuff. So I was like, I feel like I need to add something else to this. And something that I feel is missing from my list right now is future systems. What that means is like anything that is not urgent, but it's like, hey, this is something that I should really work on to like grow in the future. So a few things that I have written down on my like future systems projects list. And then each week when I get to this block, I'll just kind of pick one and work on it for a bit. One of the things is batch making pre-designed items like hook minders so that I don't have to make them to order every single time. I need to make a spreadsheet of all past Berg boxes. This is something that I thought of the other day. And I was like, the more boxes I do, the more likely I'm going to be to forget what exactly I put in each box. And it would be helpful to have a spreadsheet so I can quickly reference like, okay, what have I done in the past? How long has it been since I've done this type of item, to help me make decisions for future boxes without having to like sit there and think, okay, like what did I do then? And have I done this yet? Or have I done this in a while? But anyway, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, where it's like something that is never going to be, oh, let me just sit down and work on that, because there's always something else that's going to pop up. And so I'm setting aside time for those things that would be good to do and will only happen if I like set aside time for them. That's going to be it. I don't have any other orders to finish packing up or anything. Since I have the evening at home to myself today, I probably am going to work on knitting socks and playing Supermarket Simulator and watching a show. And that sounds lovely to me right now. Slow cooker time. BRB. The slow cooker is slow cooking. And I am going to get the podcast episode set up to edit. And once it's comfortably going, I don't have to babysit it every second. So I'm going to get it set up, get it to a point where I feel like it's good. And then while it's going and playing through and I'm making sure there's no changes that need to be made, I will do my laser maintenance. That sounds like a good use of my time.
And my response was that my children are feral raccoons.
It's true.
It has been a day, my friend.
And we always do like a kickoff service to kind of like start the week. And so they hosted the week. So I was like, oh my gosh. I was walking out the door to go to the service, and I got in my car and I realized, oh my gosh, I have that flower mat. I need to grab it and bring it with me because this, like, I'm gonna be at the place. And mats, and they have a ton of them just rolled up and stacked against the wall. And so I told the kids, I was like I said, hey guys, my mat, I'm dropping it off. It's been added to the pile, finally.
They remember you. They're judging you for holiday tip.
Honestly, I wouldn't blame them for judging me. I should be judging of that situation. And then, in addition to the service projects, the teams from our church, the First Baptist, and there's actually a couple other churches that have joined us this year. So there's like close to 50 students, I think, which is really exciting. That are staying overnight, and it's basically like a local missions trip for them. So they're the ones doing the bulk of like, the service projects and stuff. And then there's the services, mostly Michael, but like I'm there as an extra set of hands to facilitate that. So
I feel like
I'm
that's
really
a
glad.
good reason to be there.
And the students are having a blast.
Church rights. I think June has been crazy for my family in general. But
Yeah.
we have PBA, which is ministry. How many clothes? Like, what are you planning?
Okay, laser looks fantastic as you saw. The last thing I'm going to do before we move on from that is I'm going to do a really small load of laundry, specifically the rags that I use to clean pieces that come off of the laser. I kind of just like go through them one by one, and then once I get a basket that's full of dirty rags, I'll just do like a really small load of laundry. And we're there. It's that time. It's time to clean these. So I'm going to go put these in the washing machine. They obviously go in a load all by themselves because they're really yucky and I do not want to mix them in with any clothes. The podcast there's about 25 minutes left, and then that'll be done. I've just been kind of, making my way through it on and off between cleaning the laser, we stopped to make lunch, all that kind of stuff. So get this podcast done, get it uploaded and scheduled, and then we'll move on to other editing. Episode 94 is finished and currently exporting. I think while that is happening, I'm going to move on to the tax prep stuff because that's something that I can work on while this episode is exporting easily. Once it's done, we'll go back to editing and work on the other video. Duncan has joined me in the office. That's why I have this crochet pillow. She was laying up here while I was editing. I should have got a shot of that. Would have been cute. Anyway, friends, I must say my books are looking tidy. Neat and tidy. Oh, it makes me so happy. I already said taxes have historically stressed me out a lot. And a lot of it was just lack of understanding. I just didn't really know how to organize it, how to make sense of it all. And now that I feel like I have a system that works and a system that I understand, it's almost fun categorizing transactions and like plugging in all the numbers and looking at the report and make sure everything looks the way that it's supposed to. It just feels really great. So obviously, while I did all that, I was working on that for quite a bit because I, of course, found some extra things that I wanted to organize and get neat and tidy. But since that is done now, my podcast episode has exported. So we're going to get that uploaded and scheduled on Spotify and scheduled to release this upcoming Tuesday. I don't think we're going to get to future systems today because we did spend more time on the tax prep than I thought I was going to, but that's okay because I've set myself up really well for next week to where there's not going to be very much to do at all. It's going to be super quick. So I'll be able to focus, I think, next week, a lot of that time block on the future systems part of it. So it's already 3:30. I am fine with working until maybe 5 o'clock. Then we're going to enjoy the rest of our evening. Okay, so it is technically 5:30, and I said I was going to stop around 5, but I'm so close. I've finished getting through all the footage, and now the only thing that's left to be done is like adding some music here and there. So I think I'm just going to finish it real quick. I'd really love to be able to say that I got this vlog done this week, and that I edited 2 vlogs in 1 week and a podcast episode, because that would start the ball rolling of putting me ahead. So I'm going to finish it real quick, and then we will settle in and relax and enjoy the rest of our evening. I'll probably check in with you once this is all done. Hey guys, this is Jessica from Berg's Nest Crochet, and welcome back to another cozy crochet vlog. In today's video, we are going to be doing the day before and the day of, and the day after. Blech. Hey guys, this is Jessica from Berg's Nest Crochet, and welcome back to another cozy crochet vlog. Today, I'm going to be showing you part 2. I did it. It took me longer than I wanted it to, but I did it. I finished Berg Box part 2 vlog. It's exporting now. I'm honestly not even mad about it. I was enjoying the edit, and it's just nice to have an evening where I don't have to rush off to something after the workday is over. It's nice to have this like extended time where I can just do what I want or need to do. So let's take an audit of today. Block 1, foundation, email. Yes, we did that. There were no current orders or subscription box items to work on the laser. We did do our laser maintenance. Block 2, editing. Friday, the task for Friday was schedule the next podcast episode. We did that. We did also edit an episode of the podcast, and we finished part 2 of the vlog. Block 3 today was finances and future systems. We did not get to the future systems part, but we did get to finances, and we set ourselves up well to have extra time for the future systems thing next week. That's it, my friends. We did everything that we needed to do. Wow, what a fantastic work week it has been. I want to do this again next week. Let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed this style of video. If you didn't, maybe I'll just keep recording them and act like I'm going to post them. So I can have like the secret motivation I need to follow along with my plan. But really this week did reinforce for me that if I can just follow what I have prescribed for myself, that things will go smoother and everything that needs to get done will get done. I have the tendency to really lock in when it's crunch time for Berg box, and I get super productive, manage my time extremely well. I'm not distracted. I'm not wasting time because I can't afford to. And then once the boxes go out, I sort of relax a little bit, and I have more of a tendency to be distracted and waste time and not be quite as self-disciplined. And I really don't want to lose that this time around. I'd like, not that I have to be like working so hard like crazy every single day, because that's not the goal. The goal is just to get everything done that needs to get done. And if I can just remain at like a steady level of productivity, I won't have to have those crazy disciplined crunch time moments, because it will just be getting done as it needs to get done. So this week was a really great example of that for myself, to see like, yes, you can do this. Do you guys have something similar in your own life? Do you have a kind of prescribed flow for your day for whatever you do for work? I'd be interested to hear if you have something that works really well for you. This is working really well for me as long as I can actually execute it. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. I really enjoyed getting to spend some time with you while I worked on stuff and bringing you along for my work week. If you're interested to see more, please let me know. If you're not subscribed already, make sure and hit the subscribe button. I'm working very hard to get to 2,000 subscribers, and I appreciate every single one of you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Happy crocheting. Bye.